Hey, is this on? Sipping on that coffee. What's up, YouTube, says every YouTuber ever. Everybody's out here making tier lists, and for you gamers, I got the most important tier list we need to look at. We're going to be making a tier list of all the console startups. The criteria for this tier list is we're going to be judging it based off of the sound and animations. I'm judging it more off the sound than the animations, but both are factors. We'll be looking at all mainstream consoles and American versions only, so Japan and PAL, nah, y'all gotta go somewhere. Also, no handhelds will be on this list, neither any Atari things, because I don't know nothing about Atari. The end of the video will have my finalized tier list because I'll probably change some things. Alright, so let's start off this tier list by looking at all of the Sega stuff. Alright, so the Sega Genesis doesn't really have a startup theme, but we just gonna use the most iconic thing everybody knows. Sega! It's all fun and games when she says she's into video games, and he pulls up and whispers in your ear and says, "You know about that?" Sega! Alright, so that was some nice little branding, fun noise, nice little animation. We're gonna put that smooth into C tier. Next, we have the Sega Saturn, and you young bucks don't know nothing about this. Hold up one more time, because that nostalgia wave is carrying me. Sounds like you're in a spaceship and then you're in a wormhole driving all fast and then it shoots you out, and then next thing you know you're just getting blinded by the sun. The animation is on point. The sound is on point. It's able to make you think about so many different things and feel. I'm easily sliding this in S tier. Next, we got that Sega Dreamcast. Oh my god, bro. Dreamcast intro is so dreamy. The animation is decent, but that sound is like you just died and you woke up in heaven. You can have the worst day ever, but when you hear that Dreamcast startup, you good. It's like you just had the best nap of your life and you get up and you just feeling brand new. I just got hit with a nostalgia tsunami, but I can easily put this in S tier without nostalgia. Looks like Sega got 2 consoles in S tier, so shoutouts to Sega, but let's see what Nintendo's packing. NES, let's get it. Alright, it's very flashy. Very good animations, especially for its time. The sound really isn't all that, but the animations were actually pretty good, especially considering the time it came out. So I'm gonna let the animations carry this into B tier. Let's see what's up with the Nintendo 64. Okay, the sound is alright. We can see the logo all nice and big and everything. The Nintendo 64, you know, it has big branding and stuff. There's not too much with the sound. I'm definitely gonna put this in C tier. It can use some improvements with the sound. The animation was decent, nothing special. Alright, it's GameCube time. The Nintendo GameCube found itself in B tier. It's a nice, fun little animation, but it doesn't really trigger you to think about abstract things or cause any feelings of nostalgia for me. I know there's gonna be a couple of you GameCube activists to be like, GameCube is S tier. Y'all need to go sit down somewhere. The intro does not make me feel any type of way. Memes do not make this startup good. Alright, we have the Wii U. The Wii U. This is pretty basic, to be honest. You know what? I'm gonna put the Wii U in D tier. For the technology that's out then, this can definitely be improved. The Switch doesn't even really have a startup thing. It just takes you straight to the menu. If you wanted to judge the Switch based off of what Nintendo puts out when they market it, like on their Direct and stuff, we can put it in C tier. The Wii is so forgettable, to be honest. A nice health and safety warning, okay. You would even forget it had a startup noise. At least it has one. We gonna put this smooth in D tier. It at least has a startup noise. Super Nintendo doesn't even have one, so we gonna leave that off. Now we're gonna dive into Sony and see what they got for us. Starting with the PS1. The nostalgia on this one is crazy. The PlayStation definitely makes you feel like there's a sense of the unknown when you hear it. It's like you're on an unknown planet, you get out of your spaceship, and you just don't know what to expect. I like the two-part theme to it. The ambiance on this is definitely on 100. The animation's a little weak, so I can easily slide this into A tier. Let's see what's good with the PS2. The blocks make it look like the Nobody's World in Kingdom Hearts, or the Animus in Assassin's Creed. The PS2's boot up theme actually sounds very soothing. It's like you woke up from a nap, or you sprayed yourself with some first aid spray, and that's what your skin hears. You just went from 0 to 100 HP, you good, man. Blocks are a little weird, I don't think they're that creative. PS2 can easily find its boot up in A tier. Let's see what the PS3 has. The PS3's not bad, it sounds decent, the animation's decent. It's nothing really special, but it's not bad. I'll give it C tier. Now it's PS4's turn. So the PS4 sounds more soothing than the PS3 in my opinion, but it's nothing spectacular whatsoever, so it can go ahead and go into C tier. The animation was very basic, hardly any at all. Up next, we got the PS5. Up next, PS5. Well, the animations is definitely up there. Okay, I hear a little bit of old noises from other PlayStation games. It looks really good, I can't lie. It reminds me of the Sega Saturn a little bit, but to today's graphic standards, very good. You can tell they put a lot of effort into that, to actually having a really good startup theme. The sound was pretty decent. It can make you think about some kind of things, but not like, it doesn't give you a sense of nostalgia, but it's still very good, and I can easily put the PS5 startup theme at A tier. Alright, now let's go see what Microsoft got. OG Xbox, what you got? It's like I'm watching the cells that the Hulk has getting made right in front of me. So the sound wasn't anything special at all. It was kind of mediocre, but the animation is actually really cool. I'm gonna slide Xbox and B tier. I already see I'm gonna have to adjust this list later. Next up, we got the Xbox 360, and I know this had multiple boot up sounds, but I'm only gonna use the most recent one. The 360's boot up is just nice, simple, and crisp. I can easily put this in B tier. A nice animation actually going on too. Next, we got the Xbox One. I'm actually not gonna do like the Xbox One X. I'm just gonna do the regular Xbox. Another nice, simple, and crispy one, but not as good as the 360. There's like no animation going on hardly. I'm gonna put this at C tier. Alright, Xbox Series X, you up. Well, I'm a little surprised now. They put some life into that one. Easily Xbox's best boot up thing they had so far. It has some nice sounds that just make you feel nice, calm, and relaxed. The animation was really nice. It's good to see them improve their boot up interface sound. I'ma put it in A tier. Last and not least, we got PC. Specifically with PC, I'm talking about the internet. I'm talking about that dial-up internet where your people couldn't be on the phone when you're on the internet. Whether you was gonna go play Flash games or go troll on AOL forums or whatever you was doing in the early 2000s, late 90s. Let's listen for the culture. Man, this stuff is crazy, bruh. It sounds so disturbing. It's like some aliens are trying to communicate with you through binary. Old internet gets easily an F tier. I put it in there just for the culture. Alright, so now I actually have to adjust this tier list. I had some final thoughts and I'm going to adjust it and put each tier into decascending order. So for S tier, I actually bumped up the PS2. I put it in front of the Dreamcast because it has a better animation. And this is my final tier list. I put PS5 as top of the A tier. PlayStation 1 actually was the bottom of A tier because the other two in front of it have better animations. And their sounds are just as good, but more calming. Xbox 360 had the best animation with a nice, simple, relaxing sound with it too. It dropped from B tier to C tier. I bumped up PS3 to B tier and I put it in front of the Gamecube because it sounds better. It has a weaker animation, but it still has a nice little streamlined animation. C tier Xbox leads it because it has the best animation out of all the other consoles. It's C tier, so the other consoles are nothing special. And I don't really need to explain anything else. They're all like bottom tier, so. But you can tell me in the comments, where would you put the consoles on your tier list? If you liked the video, go ahead and like. If you want to be part of the squad, go ahead and hit subscribe. And as always, guys, you already know what time it is. Vibe out.